Imagine a 9-year-old kid digging through ditches for lost golf balls, just so he can buy the bike his parents could not afford.
That kid turned those dirty white balls into his first business, and decades later, he has made hundreds of millions.
But here is the crazy part. He says anyone can do it. Anyone.
That kid is Chris Koerner, known online as the king of side hustles. And I just watched one of the most raw, honest, and quietly life-changing episodes of The Diary of a CEO, where Stephen Bartlett sat down with him for over 2 hours. What came out was not just business advice, it was a mirror.
It forced me to look at my own fears, my own excuses, and the ideas I have buried because I was scared of what people might think. If you have ever had a business idea that you talked yourself out of, stay with me, because this story might be the push you have been waiting for, or the permission to finally let it go. But first, let us go back to that golf course in Utah.
Chris was 9. His neighbors had shiny Ridge Twin bikes. He did not.
His parents could not buy one.
But across the street was a golf course, and every day, balls flew into yards and ditches.
Most kids ignored them. Chris saw dollars.
He collected them, cleaned them, and built a giant sign. Golf balls 3 for 1. Grown men in polo shirts haggled with a 9-year-old on his front porch.
And it worked.
The tiny hustle planted a seed. Business is not for special people.
It is approachable. It is for anyone willing to act.
Fast forward 30 years, Chris has started over 80 businesses, generated hundreds of millions in revenue,
built his dream house in his 20s, had 4 kids, travels constantly, all while most of his ideas failed.
Yes, most failed.
Abandoned.
Pivoted. Died.
But that is the part no one talks about. Stephen asked him, what is the foundational mentality needed to succeed at this volume? Chris does not say hustle culture. He does not say 10x mindset. He says something that hit me like a truck. The pain of your problem has to be greater than how much you care about what people think. He says the number one reason people never start is fear of judgment. That random high school acquaintance on Facebook who might comment. That cousin who will roll their eyes. That voice in your head saying, "Who do you think you are?" Chris admits he has been there. But once he flipped the switch, once he stopped caring, everything changed.
And in 2025, with AR, no-code tours, Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist, free websites in one prompt, he says it has never been more accessible.
But here is where it gets interesting. Chris does not chase passion. He says, ignore passion. Follow profit until you can afford passion. That is controversial.
People love the do what you love narrative.
But Chris says passion blinds you.
Profit proves demand.
And once profit flows, you can pivot toward meaning.
Stephen pushes back. How important is loving it? Chris doubles down. Look at failure rates. Solo founders fail less than CEO founders.
Passionate founders often ignore red flags.
Profit-focused founders pivot faster.
Then Stephen hands him 3 briefcases. $500, $1,000, and $5,000. Pick one at random. Tell me exactly what business you would start today. First box, $1,000.
Chris does not hesitate. My favorite idea right now is 0-employee, highly profitable directory website, he explains. Pick a hyper-local niche with demand, but no good online resource. Dog parks in Seattle.
Pickleball courts in Austin.
Wedding venues in Boise.
Build a simple site listing every single one, even if they do not ask.
Add photos, hours, reviews, rank on Google, drive traffic, then reach out to the businesses and say, hey, I have been sending you customers for free. Want priority placement for 3 a year? He calls it permissionless marketing. No gatekeepers, no big ad spend, just value first. He says some directories make tens of dollars a month, others tens of thousands, but with almost $0 overhead. It is pure profit. Second box, $500. Chris goes physical, vending machines.
Buy a used snack or drink machine on Facebook Marketplace for $3 for $0.
Spend $100 stocking it from Costco. Find one location, a car repair shop, an apartment lobby, and offer the owner 30% of revenue or $1 a month rent. The hardest part, getting the first location. Once you have proof, Bob's Auto Repair makes $7 a month passively. Doors open. He knows a guy in San Diego doing 7 figures a year, just snacks and drinks. But the third briefcase, $5,000, this one blew my mind.
Chris leans toward passive, small RV parks.
Not giant campgrounds, tiny 3-10 spot parks, often owned by retiring boomers,
often undervalued,
often with no website, high vacancies, and below market rents. He says a small RV park can be 3 to 10 times more profitable than a single family rental home with risk spread across multiple tenants. With $5,000, $2,000 for due diligence inspections. Title checks $3,000 for initial operating capital bills, minor fixes, and $0 down using seller financing.
You call 100 parks on Google Maps.
Build rapport.
Offer to take over payments.
Promise the seller they can reclaim it if you fail and keep all payments made.
Then, make a free website. Post free ads on Facebook Marketplace.
Raise rent slightly. Fill vacancies.
A $200,000 park making $20K a profit becomes $30-40K a year with basic improvements instantly increasing value. Chris has been involved in 35 parks.
Made millions in profit. But the moment that really got me, the moment that made me pause the video, was when Stephen asked, "Think of someone you know who absolutely should not start a business." Chris instantly names a friend. Late 40s. High-paying job he likes. Stable family. The risk is not worth it.
Then Stephen asks the opposite. Think of someone who is not an entrepreneur, but definitely should be.
Chris names an engineer friend, talented, miserable in his job, great ideas, but paralyzed by fear of losing security.
Stephen asks, what is the flaw in his thinking?
Chris, he does not have to quit.
There is enough time on nights and weekends to prove it. But then he drops a truth bomb. Often, when we finally go all in, when we burn the boats, that side hustle making $50,000 at 20 hours or week suddenly makes $500,000 at 40 hours or week.
Not because we worked twice as hard, but because it had to work, he admits. Twice in his life, someone else burned his boats for him. And both times, the business exploded, fueled by a chip on his shoulder.
Chris's biggest insight:
copy what already works. He hates the be unique advice.
He says, when you find a proven model, copy 95% of it.
Do not reinvent pricing, layout, marketing, just execute.
He once tried to improve a fulfillment business by removing complex FEs.
2 years later, he looked exactly like competitors. Wasted time.
Now,
he assumes successful businesses are not stupid, they are battle-tested.
And the Buc-ee story, you have probably heard it. But hearing Chris tell it live is different. Buc-ee's, massive Texas gas stations, cult brand, billions in revenue, but no online store. Chris and his cousin bought one of everything, photographed it, launched an unofficial merch site, went viral via a reporter, made hundreds of thousands in 30 days.
Buc-ee's asked for disclaimers.
Chris complied. They gave unofficial blessing.
Site still prints money years later.
But he says, that was lightning in a bottle.
Do not chase that. Instead, shorten the gap between idea and action.
Have a curious thought.
Act on it fast. Build the muscle.
Because most ideas die not because they are bad, but because we never test them. If this is hitting you the way it hit me, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button right now. I am breaking down the deepest conversations like this every week, and I do not want you to miss what is next.
Toward the end, Stephen and Chris get real about the myth of freedom. We are sold this dream. Quit your job, be your own boss, total independence.
But both admit, they have more bosses now than ever.
Employees, clients, investors,
family.
Chris, sometimes it is nice when someone just tells you what to do. Entrepreneurship is not freedom.
It is trade-offs.
You trade stability for volatility, predictability for possibility,
mental peace for mental load.
And it is not for everyone.
Chris wants people to taste it just enough to know if the trade-off is worth it. Because regret is the real killer.
As the interview ends, Chris leaves us with this: we are on a massive ocean of opportunity.
Most people cast a line once or twice, get nothing, and go home saying, fishing does not work, but the ones who stay out there testing different depths, different bait,
even putting a random McDonald's straw on the hook, they are the ones who end up with boats full of fish and lives full of color. So here is my question to you. What is the idea you have been sitting on? The one you are scared to tell people about? The one you Googled, saw someone already doing it and closed the tab? Maybe today is the day you reopen it. Maybe today is the day you shrink the gap between thought and action. Because as Chris proved, starting at 9 years old with dirty golf balls, the world rewards those who begin.
Massive thank you to Stephen Bartlett and the entire Diary of a CEO team for this incredible conversation.
If you want the full 2-hour raw, unfiltered version, the stories, the emotion, the moments that did not make this summary, go watch the original episode on their official YouTube channel. Link in the description. You will not regret it. And if this video moved you, challenged you, or lit even a tiny spark like it, share it with someone who needs to hear it. And subscribe for more breakdowns of the conversations changing lives. Until next time, go test something small. You never know which golf ball will buy you the bike.